Today we're tackling HPE7-A02, which is basically 8 questions covering ClearPass, CPDI, and remote access concepts that always trip people up on the real exam. We're looking at seriously practical stuff like getting ClearPass to actually trust certificates, hunting down missing IP addresses, and handling endpoint posture with SSE. Let's jump right into some real problems so you can see how these topics get tested.
Sounds perfect. I'm ready.
Okay, first scenario. You need certificate-based 802.1x authentication in ClearPass. How do you upload the root CA for supplicant certificates? We've got options like a server cert with Radius, trusted CA with AD, trusted CA with EAP, or a server cert with database usage.
Well, I'd probably go with AD, which is option B. I mean, Active
Okay.
Directory is the source of truth for identities in the real world, right?
Yeah, that sounds super logical, and it's totally a trap the exam sets for you. Option B is wrong. The actual answer is C, trusted CA with EAP usage.
Wait, really? Why wouldn't directory trust work there?
Because AD just verifies the directory itself, not the actual EAP certificate chain. Think of ClearPass's server cert as its own ID card, but the root CA under EAP is like the bouncer's guest list at the door. ClearPass has to explicitly trust the certificate authority that issued those client certs.
Oh, okay, so option A is out because a server cert doesn't validate the clients themselves.
Exactly. Speaking of identifying who is on the network, let's look at question 2. ClearPass sees endpoints with MC addresses but no known IPs. How do we help it learn those IPs? Do we use radius accounting, add the policy manager to the IP helper list, use ARP inspection, or set up syslog?
Radius accounting is usually my go-to for tracking network access, so option A.
Radius tracks the sessions, yeah, but it won't fix this specific blind spot. The answer is B, add the ClearPass policy manager to the IP helper list.
Oh, right. Because ClearPass needs the actual DHCP lease info to profile those IP addresses.
You got it. If the router isn't forwarding those DHCP packets via the IP helper, ClearPass is just staring at maxi addresses all day. And just to eliminate C, ARP inspection is just a shield against spoofing. It doesn't feed profiling data.
Makes sense. Since we mentioned tracking SC address, what about detecting MC spoofing?
Good transition. Question 3. The security team specifically wants to see MC spoofing attempts detected by ClearPass. Do we export access tracker records, run an active endpoint security report in Insight, run a CPDI report, or check the profiler dashboard?
Well, access tracker logs literally every single event, so option A would definitely have the data.
It would if you want to manually sift through thousands of individual authentications, but for a broad security review, you really need B, run an active endpoint security report in ClearPass Insight.
Oh, I see. Access tracker is just the micro view, but Insight is the engine that aggregates the macro threat trends.
Exactly. Insight connects the dots. Now, securing the local network is one thing, but what about remote users? Question 4. A customer wants domain-authenticated users to download the VIA profile from the VPN concentrator. Where do we reference CPPM? VIA web authentication, and AAA profile, a VPN off profile, or the VIA connection profile?
Option D, the VIA connection profile, sounds exactly like what we're trying to configure.
Familiarity bias strikes again. D is a distractor. The real answer is A, reference it in VIA web authentication.
Wait, let me think through that sequence. Oh, because the profile download happens at the web portal, like before the VPN tunnel is even established.
Bingo. You have to authenticate at the web gate just to get the instructions on how to build the tunnel. The connection profile applies after the fact.
That is a really tricky sequence of operations.
It really is. Let's pivot from user profiles to device classification. Question 5. In standalone CPDI, you want to reclassify a custom device and apply that logic to future devices. Do we treat a user tag, use save and reclassify, filter details, or create a user rule?
I'll argue for option A. Creating a user tag is super fast and groups devices together visually.
Fast, sure, but a tag just slaps a cosmetic label on a device. It doesn't teach the system how to identify the next one. You need B, save, and reclassify.
Ah, because rules actually rewrite the underlying classification logic for the machine learning engine, right? A tag's just a sticky note.
Perfect analogy. And if you're deploying that CPDI system virtually, that brings us to question 6. You're deploying a virtual CPDI data collector. Which virtual port connects to VLAN 101 for central access? Lowest MAC, highest port ID, highest AM, or lowest port ID?
Well, in virtualized environments, I'm super used to relying on M-match addresses. So the lowest AM, option A.
The exam writers know that. MSC values are totally the distractor here. The system strictly uses D, lowest port ID.
Good to know. You really can't let hypervisor habits override the vendor deployment guide.
Exactly. Let's switch from virtual setups to wired versus wireless. Question 7. You copied a wireless 802.1x service in ClearPass for wired AOS-CX auth. What else must change so wired auth actually works? Role mapping, auth methods, auth source, or service rules?
If we're moving from wireless to wired switches, maybe the auth methods need to change. Option B.
Actually, you can keep the exact same methods if the users are the same. It's D, change the service rules.
Oh, I see. When you copy a wireless service, the rule is still hard-coded to look for a Wi-Fi request. It'll just ignore the wired switch entirely.
Exactly. The traffic hits ClearPass, and ClearPass says, I'm only looking for Wi-Fi, and just drops it. You have to update that rule.
The devil is always in the details with policy engines.
Always. For our final question, let's look at broader endpoint health. Question 8. Why install SSE agents on remote users' devices? Is it to run posture checks, manage policy rules, access servers via SSH, or run local threat inspection?
People definitely use SSE for secure SSH access all the time, so option C is tempting.
It's a valid use case, but not the core reason for the agent. It's A, to run posture checks.
Ah, gotcha. So evaluating the device's actual health, like checking for antivirus updates before letting it connect.
Precisely.
That's all the key points we shared for the HPE 7-A02 exam today. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, subscribe and leave us a comment.